Hello, good evening. We're now going to call the regular meeting to order. It is now 7 o'clock. Requirements of the Sunshine Law have been met. The meeting was advertised in Burlington County Times. Electronic notice was given to the NJAC 5:39-1.5. We will now start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have a moment of silence. Roll call.
Committeewoman Dr. Caldwell.
Here.
Committeewoman Maddox Canteen.
Present.
Committeeman Carr.
Here.
Committeewoman Mungo. Mayor Henley.
Present.
Also present, Township Solicitor, Township Clerk, Township Administrator, Township Deputy Administrator, Police Chief, Fire EMS Chief.
Approval of minutes, May 13, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell.
Abstain.
Maddox Canteen.
Yes.
Mr. Carr.
Yes.
Mayor Henley.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Department reports. There's a court, tax collector, construction, fire/EMS, public works, and police. We'll now have a presentation of our police department awards. Police Chief Award 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Chief Ferguson couldn't make it here last prior engagement that he has to attend to, and I apologize because I took my class A to clean. So it's still there, so we see it really good tonight. So I'm here to present two special awards to two fine officers here with our police department. I can go on and on about these two. I have nothing but great things to say about. I'll keep it brief for the matter of time here. But Chief Ferguson also wanted to extend his gratitude for these officers. He also came up with a little speech as well, but I'll read that as we go along. So, just this past March, we held our annual department meeting. A portion of the meeting goes over a year-end recap, strategic plans and goals, and last and most certainly not least, a brief award ceremony to recognize the men and women who are out working tirelessly day in and day out, and who continue to meet and exceed the expectations of what it means to be a West Lincoln Township police officer. Two special awards tonight. We're giving out by the Chief of Police at that department meeting, and those two awards will again be reissued tonight at this Township Committee meeting for all the public to see. So it's my honor and privilege to present the 2024 Chiefs Award to Patrolman Joshua Willis. Along with the plaque on the Chiefs Award, it says the West Hampton Police Department recognizes you for your exceptional service and commitment to the public and dedication to upholding the law. With great honor and appreciation, you are hereby awarded the 2024 Chief of Police Award for your commendable and dedicated service to the West Hampton Township Police Department. So Chief Ferguson, during the 2024 year, our department has gotten younger and has shrunk in size, actually. I've had my hand in many of our hiring processes, and I'm proud of this department and what we are and what we have become. Overall, this award is not only a recognition of individual excellence, but also a symbol of the department's appreciation for the officers' contributions to the community and dedication to upholding the law. This officer has demonstrated on a daily basis that he understands what is expected of him. He has accepted the role of shift supervisor and has gone out of his way to fundraise for his canine unit. Therefore, Award, Chief of Police Award goes to Patrolman Jonathan Lewis. And then, last but not least, it's again my honor and privilege to present the 2024 Officer of the Year Award to Patrolman Sean Mallett. Again, I'll read the award for everyone. Patrolman Sean Mallett, the West Hampton Police Department recognizes you for your exceptional service and commitment to maintaining public safety and service to the community. With great honor and appreciation, we're hereby awarded the 2024 Officer of the Year Award for your commendable and dedicated service to the West Hampton Township Police Department. Overall, the Police Officer of the Year Award is a prestigious recognition that underscores the recipient's exceptional service and commitment to maintaining public safety and serving the community. It serves as a source of inspiration for fellow officers and highlights the positive impact law enforcement professionals have on society. This officer continually receives public praise and accolades throughout the year. This award is given for a consistent, outstanding performance that has reflected great credit upon the department and the township of West Hampton. Therefore, the 2024 Officer of the Year Award goes to Patrolman Sean Mallett. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
You had some pretty good stuff, so congratulations, guys. We now have a discussion for the 2025 capital budget. Thank you. I'm sorry. Let me give you guys a moment to exit. Got lonely in here. Now, can we have a discussion for the 2025 capital budget? You're doing it? Oh, yeah. Well, I feel better.
Am I up?
You're up.
All right. Thank you, Mayor,
Thank you, sir.
committee members. I'd like to first start off by saying that I'm impressed. This is my first capital budget for West Hampton Township. Firstly, I am impressed by the department heads and their reserve, I'll say, in submitting for capital. They have a keen ability to identify the things that the township needs in order for their particular area of specialty to operate, and also at the same time, they refrain from overstepping. They take both in the operational budget as well as the capital budget, our department heads should be commended for their focus on West Hampton Township taxpayers and the finances of West Hampton Township. This is, as presented in the May 27th memo, a revised version of which was handed out tonight. Thankfully, the revised version is $97,000 less than the original version, so we are happy to report that. If you'd like, I can go through what the items are. Is that preferred as to what? So we broke it out into a few different areas. We broke it out into, as you see in the memo, the municipal infrastructure, Department of Public Works, our police department, and emergency services, including our fire department and EMS services, and then a general administration area. So I'll go through on that list, the municipal infrastructure. We are requesting, again, we do understand that this is all requests that we present to all of you. And certainly the department heads are here to answer questions, as I am myself, and, for any questions that you may have about these items. But our municipal infrastructure, which in these requests include the annual road program and a replacement of the township's fire department and EMS headquarters roof. Those two items total $560,000. The annual road program, these funds are used to support and not offset, but to support, to add to our annual New Jersey Department of Transportation funding that we receive through the grant programs. Generally, we get somewhere between $270,000, $280,000 to $300,000 per job, per roadway that we submit per grant. Oftentimes, those grants, as all of you have seen, the grants cover maybe about half, if not less than half of the overall project. We're also responsible for, on our New Jersey DOT grants, we're responsible for requiring an engineer to work the grant and to work the project. So that, of course, is an added expense as well. So the annual road program funds would go to support not only the remaining of the DOT projects or DOT grant projects, but also any other projects that may come up that the township deems necessary, and then those funds are available. Last year, there was no annual road program funding in place. We do have some money left in prior capital accounts, but I assure you that it's not nearly enough as to what we do need. We will be applying again for another grant. We're waiting for the funding to move forward with the 2024 grant and award that contract. So these funds could last a couple years, maybe 3 years at the most, and then we'll be back asking for additional funds in another capital. The number 2 item, replacement of the fire department's roof, fire headquarters roof. It is 30-plus years old. It has issues. It has had issues. We're beyond the point of replacement, and we're at the point of, beyond the point of repair. We are clearly at the point of replacement. So, again, the original memo submitted did have, move on to Public Works, did have a $97,000, the number 1 item, that has been removed, which does reduce Public Works total. Request at this point is $40,000. The purchase of a new 72-inch wide Toro Z-Master mower. Our Public Works does significant mowing, both here and also all of the township properties, as well as including the sports complex. The replacement, this will replace an existing mower. A mower that was purchased in 2011 has 3,000 hours of use on it. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong area. It was purchased in 2012, has over 1,700 hours on it. The new one would replace, we're not increasing our mowers, we're merely replacing it. We would expect the new purchase to last somewhere between 10 and 12 years, if not more. The second item for Department of Public Works is replacement of the Kubota utility vehicle. Currently, there's one assigned, the oldest one is assigned to our sports complex. Excuse me, the newest of the existing ones is Public Works. The oldest one, again, the one at sports complex, is 2011. It was purchased, has over 3,000 hours of use. The plan would simply be, if this is approved, to purchase a new one. That new one would stay with Public Works. The oldest one would be taken out of service, and the second oldest would be sent to the sports complex. Again, they operate about 8-9 months out of the year, versus our Public Works Department operates, 12 months out of the year. The Police Department total is $660,000. I don't say that lightly. I understand the significant dollar amount there, as does our Chief of Police and Captain Vieri. We've had significant discussion over the two items that we've requested funding for. Excuse me. The first is our general replacement of the utility vehicles the motor vehicles for our fleet. It is an aging fleet. The governing body has done a great job in recent years in replacing existing vehicles with newer vehicles. They do take time, so they generally don't come here within, a few months of ordering. Oftentimes we have to wait, and then there's upfit time. So while that's occurring, we're running vehicles that have significant amount of miles on them. Not to mention other, as you all know, motor vehicle accidents. These vehicles are used, around the clock, and do get a lot of wear and tear, but also are exposed out there to motor vehicle collisions. The second item is the largest of the two, which is a $510,000 request. Again, not taken lightly. This item we would expect with upgrades to last a significant number of years, potentially 15, 20 years. And this is a system to go with what is called the Axon system, which would include replacement of all of our body-worn cameras, body-worn by our police officers. All in-car video cameras would be replaced. Several of the station cameras that are situated throughout the police station. It has an evidence collection module, which would allow all of the evidence collection to be digitized, and also digital storage of our videos, and then also replacement of the police tasers. I go into some explanation on that in the memo, but I will simply say that our cameras, our body-worn cameras, our in-car cameras were purchased from Panasonic, I believe, and have been operating under their, equipment maintenance, and it has gone, too long to not be replaced. They are they're not supported anymore. The age of them has just, the parts for them to fix them. They've really just been trying to piece it together to keep the cameras going. Those two things are the most important part of this project. As I say, the Attorney General directives require that the police department have these cameras. I think that in addition to that there's an expectation both by our public as well as all of you, myself, that these cameras are in operating order, and none of us would, want a worst-case scenario, excuse me, to come up where they're not operational when they need to be. So, the tasers, again, they have become to the point that they're old and antiquated, and frequently don't need to go out for repair. And similarly, our tracking for evidence collection system and tracking is something that is utilized throughout the county by many police departments, kind of the standard, and this would allow the department to modernize their evidence collection tracking system and come up to current ability. So, excuse me. Again, we understand the significance. We do have Captain Gieri here somewhere, and he has, this is his project that he has taken on and could answer questions. I'm sure he's prepared this evening to do so with respect to that equipment, or that requested equipment and upgrading. Are there any questions that I can answer this time from anyone?
No? I will say all you had to say was Panasonic.
Yeah.
And I don't know the last time I've seen a Panasonic.
Yeah, it's a struggle keeping the stuff running, and they really have gotten everything out of the system I think that they could possibly hope for. Sorry. Move on to emergency services. Fire EMS total is $125,000 request. Originally, the fire EMS Chief submitted a request to purchase a new ambulance, which is approximately $375,000. Again, to his credit, in our discussions, he reduced that to $75,000 with the idea to purchase the chassis for the ambulance this year. This will be a 2-year project in that we would purchase the actual ambulance for next year. This allows us to get the order put in. This will help us speed up production, and when hopefully next year the funding is authorized, the remaining funding, that it is to complete the project that has already been started. Right now, if we were to order an ambulance, we would not see that ambulance in service until 2027, I believe. I believe that's the estimate. So that's the kind of wait that we have for these larger items. I think we've experienced that in the past with ambulances as well as fire trucks. So this is no different. If the ambulance does go through and is ultimately arrives here in 3 to 4 years, the ambulance that it would be replacing, a 2016 Ford E450, would have an excess of 120,000 miles. So this is a request for funding to for future, a definite future need. And the second item under fire EMS is going to be the purchase of this is a kind of a larger multi items that would come under emergency medical services equipment, which is everything from the personal protection equipment for both fire and EMS, as well as other related equipment, including information technology and hardware to support those things. The overall requested amount is $50,000. Again, this is an item that would not be spent necessarily in the 2025 year. It could, it's an account that we need to have money available there to take care of the issues that need to be taken care of without having to go out and without having to rely on our operational budget. So that, again, both of those items are very well planned out items, I think, which we've all become accustomed to with our fire and EMS. And once again, it's, both scaled back to a point that, and good planning involved. General administration is the last item. It's $15,000, and that simply is for our computers. We have 5 computers that are out of, they're incapable of taking the Microsoft 11 upgrade. They have issues in booting up. They're just old. So I know over several years we've replaced, office computers with laptops, and we're requesting that funding to support. And again, similar to a couple of these other items, that's not necessarily something that would be spent all this year. We would spend what we need. The other remaining funds would be there in the event we have a computer, goes out and we need to go purchase one. We don't have to go to the operating budget. We can just come to all of you with a capital request purchase. So total is $1.4 million. The required bonding amount would be $1,330,000. Which would be supported by an appropriation of $70,000 from the Capital Improvement Fund. If you recall, in our budget that was introduced for 2025, our Capital Improvement Fund is $100,000. So there's sufficient funding there to cover that 5%.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know, because it's been a while, but does it make more sense, or can we lease the computers? If we're going to every 7 years, like it seems like not even 7 years, maybe 5 years, everything's obsolete. But it seems like if there's a leasing program, then we can then switch those computers out without, taking the full load of buying new ones. I don't know if it makes sense or if it's better, if it's money spent in a better way, but just an option. I don't know if anyone else
I think that's a good idea to explore that opportunity for sure.
Okay. I'm not familiar with it, so I will certainly look into it and let you know. I will
Thank you, sir.
try to do a comparison.
I mean, it's to see if it, if it puts us in a better position, because, I mean, obviously, if we're gonna get a certain amount of computers now, then next year we're gonna need more, and then next year we're gonna need more, et cetera. And then what that looks like, if there's a program that kind of helps us get through that, where we're not getting a boatload every year. But I don't have any other questions. Anyone else?
Just a couple, for the computers, are they laptops or PCs? Do we know yet?
They are laptops, yes.
They're all laptops, okay. And, I'm really happy to see the, fire roof being replaced. Really excited to support that financially. I recently had a situation similar, so I was going to ask you about the warranty, but I see right here you outlined it, that was over 30 years, so any warranty we had is pretty much done. And then my last question is about, the Kubota and the Master Mower. All I want to know is do we normally dispose of those? Has that been taken into consideration? Will they be auctioned, sold, scrapped?
They will be auctioned.
Okay.
Anything that's not auctioned would likely be scrapped, but we would first go out to auction. After the budgets are complete, I'll be coming back to all of you. There's certain resolutions that we have to pass in order to go out to auction. We'll get that going and award a contract for an auctioneer. Most likely do it online, but again, that's something we'll all talk about. What we think is best. But the auction is, we have several vehicles out there. We're not going to, we're not going to hit the jackpot, but,
No.
it's better than, letting them sit out there outside. And,
Agree. So the $25,000 estimate for the mower, did that take into consideration the auction, or that's just?
That's
Okay.
right. Any auctioned items would be back just into
Surplus.
Myrna, which would be,
Okay. Thank you very much.
I do want to add on to that. I don't know if anyone else here, but when we had cars out before, and there was a gentleman who would come and buy the cars, and because he wanted to scrap them. So I don't know if that helps either. I mean, I know how we can find out who that gentleman was. I don't know if anyone else knows, but every time we put those vehicles up, or maybe even the mower, he's someone who always reaches out and says that he'll give us a fair price for them. So it may be better, unless we legally have to hire the auctioneer, it may be maybe money better spent if this gentleman who's been a repeat customer comes in and buys it, right, and at a fair price, and we're able to identify what that fair price is.
Okay.
Just my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
What happens to the funds from auction, the disposition of the old?
Yeah, I believe they go into Myrna, which is just unanticipated.
Thank you.
Just in closing, the June 3rd meeting, we will present the bond ordinance for introduction. If between now and then something pops up that you have a question, please reach out. I'd be more than happy to discuss it or talk through it. So,
Thank you, Jim.
all right, thank you. Jim.
We will now open the meeting for public comment on agenda items only. Please remember to state your name and address for the record. With no comment, motion to close for public comment.
Second, Caldwell.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinance, second reading, public hearing, 4-2025, ordinance of the Township of West Hampton amending Chapter 88 of the Township Code entitled Animals. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion for 4-2025, amending Chapter 88.
Second, Caldwell.
Any is open for public comment? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. McCantine?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
6-2025, calendar year 2025 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to exceed a cap bank. Motion?
Make a motion for 6, point of order, Mr. Mayor. Is the number right on this? We go from 4-2025 to 6-2025? I make a motion for 6-2025.
Second.
Open for public comment? My comment would be on my paper, it doesn't have 5-25. Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Canteen?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
But I will add that I have done that before, so that's why he did that. That has happened. Resolution 78-25, authorizing self-examination for the 2025 municipal budget. Motion?
I make a motion for 78-25.
Second, Caldwell?
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Canteen?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
80-25, payment of vouchers. This resolution approves the payment of bills through 5/27/2025. Do you have a motion?
Motion?
I second paying the bills.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Canteen?
Abstain?
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Consent agenda resolutions. Resolution note, consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted with a motion, a single motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by certification of availability of funds. Any items requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. Do we have a motion for our consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I request to remove D, Delta. Accordingly, I make a motion for A through C.
I second that motion, A through C. Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Canteen?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0, A through C.
I would now ask for a motion for 82-25, resolution approving tax refunds for totally disabled veterans. Do we have a motion? I make a motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call.
Dr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Ms. Maddox Canteen?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Abstain.
Mayor Henley?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Now open the meeting for public comment. Public comment, please remember to state your name and address for the record. With no public comment, I ask for motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Dates to remember. Recreation Committee meeting is June the 11th at 7 p.m. Next Township Committee meeting is June the 3rd at 7 p.m. Historic Commission meeting is May 28th at 7 p.m. That's it. Well, there should be Land Development Board meeting is the first Wednesday in June. What's the first Wednesday in June?
The 4th?
I guess the
That's
fourth,
why. It's June 4th.
after the next meeting.
Oh, so it's the next meeting. Okay, fair enough. Committee liaison reports and comments.
I'd just like to say congratulations to Patrolman Lally and Patrolman Woods. It's no small feat in achieving those awards in such a busy department. And the administration taking the time to make sure they do that, to recognize those individuals. We also had the opportunity to go to the memorial service. Mr. Mayor said a few words. It was a nice solemn occasion to remember, pay respects to those that gave the sacrifice and those who did not return. Thanks to the committee for approving the amendments to Chapter 88. It's a step in keeping our farm town feel here in West Hampton, also in supporting our veterans and the reduced fees. And thank you to all our friends, family, and neighbors who are in attendance today. Thank you.
Congratulations to Patrolman Woods and Patrolman Lally. Your efforts in the township of West Hampton are very much appreciated, and I echo the sentiments of recognizing a job well done. We really appreciate that. In terms of committee reports, Timbuktu, we're looking forward to Saturday, June 14th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. an experience of a lifetime in terms of reenactments, food, music, historical legacy, family presentations, guest speakers. A lot of dignitaries will be here on that particular site at 130 Church Street. And I want to thank our guys for making sure that the items were taken care of at the buildings that we needed to take care of on Church Street. I was at a meeting this past week, and it looks really good. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, getting that ready for that event. In terms of the rec committee, there's a lot going on in terms of summer camp with multi-sports and dance and youth soccer and a number of different things. So that's very much top of mind for everyone as we approach the summer. So we really appreciate that. And that's it. Thank you.
Nice.
Just wanted to congratulate Patrolman Woods and Lolly. I'm always so proud of everyone who works here. Every time they are recognized, I get very excited. And just a quick update from the school district. On Friday will be the community basketball game where I believe our police and fire will be participating with the kids. I usually go to that every year, and I'm expecting great things again this year. And that is Friday from 6 to 8 at West Hampton Middle School. All are invited to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. So one, I'd like to openly thank Public Works. Last week was National Public Works Week or something like that. But regardless of that, you know, they can be celebrated every week. They answer the call often for when there's something that's needed on the spur of the moment. So I'm appreciative, Chris. I know it's not always easy, but I know you get them guys up and going and get a lot of things accomplished. And listen, thank you for everything that you guys do. And please, you know, share with the guys, you know, how we mentioned, you know, celebrating their week last week. Congratulations to Patrolman Woods and Patrolman Lally. You know, those are the feel-good moments when you get people to want to strive to do better, because I'm sure that there's other officers that would like to have their names up here and to be able to receive a reward, but it also continues to push those guys to work hard, which ultimately affects our area as far as West Hampton residents. The Juneteenth event that Committee Woman Maddox Canteen spoke about was something that I was at last year and you were at as well, Dr. Caldwell. And it's a fantastic event for anybody who can get out there. It's very, they take you through like a walk, and they talked about like the walk through freedom and like different things that people, you know, that are looking for freedom had to go through. And the thing that I remember the most is that they had like, right before you get to Timbuktu, which was considered free land, they had like trees, and the trees like crossed each other, but it was like a path, right? So it looked like a path, like you're walking into, and then you walk down, and they have food trucks there, they have people performing. So if it's something that you can make and be able to take the family out, it's definitely something that's definitely well worth it. And last but not least, there's a basketball game going. I'm not even asked why I wouldn't be called to play. But you got a guy in the administration at 6'7", and his phone doesn't get rang either. Makes me feel like they got some ringers over there. So, you know, I just wanted to throw a little shot at the 6'7" guy. That doesn't get a call at all. I thought that was pretty funny. But with that being said, do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh, and another 6'6" guy over there, I'm sure Craig didn't get called either. So, but.
I make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Good night.
You got the two tallest guys in town, and none of them been